Hello, my name is Janet Dean, and I'm the Executive Director of the Territorial Agri-Food Association here on Chief Dry Grease Territory, the traditional lands of the Yellowknives Dene and the North Slave Métis in what is now known as Yellowknife in the Northwest Territories. I currently work in food systems in the North. I'm also the current chair of Food Secure Canada, a national organization working to end food insecurity. Today, I'm here to introduce a crucial topic that intersects with some of our global challenges: gender equity in agricultural policies and its profound impact on food security. As we navigate through an era characterized by rapid population growth, climate change, and economic instability, it is imperative to acknowledge the role that women play in agriculture and how their equitable inclusion is vital for ensuring food security. Agriculture remains the backbone of many nations, fostering livelihoods and sustaining communities. Here are the top 5 countries with the greatest female participation in agriculture: Pakistan, Tanzania, the Gambia, Sri Lanka, Turkey. Yet, despite our strong agricultural presence, there is a staggering number of people that still experience hunger. This paradox calls for a closer examination of the systemic barriers that hinder effective participation in agricultural productivity and food distribution. Gender inequities are at the forefront. Less than 20% of the world's farming landholders are women, although women make up almost half of all smallhold farms across the globe. 164 countries recognize women's rights to own land, but social norms limit access to those rights in 52 of those countries. Women comprise nearly 43% of the global agricultural labor force. However, they have limited access to critical resources such as land, credit, education, technology, and even support. Research indicates that if women had the same access as men to productive resources, agricultural output could increase by 20 to 30%. This boost itself could lift an estimated 100 million people out of hunger worldwide. The potential is clear. Empowering women in agriculture is not merely a gender issue, it is a fundamental component of food security. Gender responsive agricultural policies are essential to unlocking this potential. These policies should actively promote equal access to resources and opportunities for women in agriculture. We must advocate for tailored support systems for female farmers, including training programs that enhance their skills, financial services that cater to their needs, and legal frameworks that secure their land rights. The involvement of women in decision making processes is equally crucial. When women participate in shaping policies that affect their lives, the outcomes are often more equitable and sustainable. The impact of integrating gender equity into agricultural policies extends beyond just the producer level. It profoundly affects food systems as a whole. When women thrive, families benefit from improved nutrition and food security. Women are often the primary caregivers and play a pivotal role in determining dietary choices for their households. Their empowerment translates into healthier food consumption patterns and enhanced community resilience. Moreover, as we transition towards sustainable agricultural practices, women hold valuable knowledge about local ecosystems and traditional sustainable farming techniques. Women are often the culture keepers of a community. By utilizing women's expertise in these areas, we can foster innovative solutions to the challenges posed by climate change and create a more resilient agriculture sector. Yet, we must acknowledge that achieving gender equity in agriculture in Canada, women make up only 30.4% of the agricultural sector, and women are dramatically less likely to be the sole decision maker on the farm. Currently, almost 88,000 additional female farm operators will need to be counted for us to achieve gender parity by 2026. 75% of this number are already farming but unrecognized as operators, and 25% will need to be new entrants. Canadian women face unique barriers. They are challenged by industry gender norms, what we imagine a farmer to be. There is a devaluation of women's skills in many cases. There are physical barriers. Tractors were designed for the male body. Other tools and resources were not designed for ease of use and healthy use by women. There's limited access to resources, whether they're financial or farm resources, and there is a general lack of representation of women at the decision making level. So, for true change to happen, multi sectoral collaboration is needed. Governments, NGOs, the private sector, local communities, academic institutions must all come together to design and implement strategies that dismantle systemic barriers. This collaboration can include initiating awareness campaigns that challenge social norms. It can be about providing mentorships for young female agriculturalists, and it could be about fostering networks that amplify women's voices. We can also look at revising and reviewing our agricultural policies and our recommendations for changes to agricultural policies through a gender lens. So GBA Plus is a tool, a policy development tool used by the federal government since 1995 to analyze and provide a framework for how to consider the intersectional and gendered impact of new policy. This information, these tools are available freely to anybody who's influencing or working in agricultural policy development. The path toward gender equity in agricultural policy is not just a moral imperative, it is a pathway to achieving food security. By investing in women, we invest in a future where every person has access to sufficient, safe, and nutritious food. Investing in women is easy because there's only two things that we need to do: dismantle barriers and empower women. Although those are huge tasks to tackle, they are possible with the united and collaborative work of all those working in agriculture. Let's commit to dismantling the barriers that stand in the way and empower women to be leaders in agriculture. Together, we can shape agricultural policies that not only advance gender equality, but also drive food security for generations to come. Thank you from the Women in Agriculture in the Northwest Territories in Canada.